my name is Terri, and this is my friend Nicole over here. And we are here representing the 305 Spiritual Gangsters. I know. The 305 Spiritual Gangsters is a community service group that teaches yoga, the power of choice, and the power to transform our stuff into useful action. So through yoga, we can take our anger when we're seriously pissed off, we can channel that into useful action, into like determination, right? We can transform our sadness into compassion for other people in the world, and we use the science of yoga. Fingers to the ground. Oh, this is good. Okay, hold here. Keep your fingers on the ground. You feel some burning in your thighs? Okay. Bend your knees. Squeeze it down. Squeeze it down. Squeeze it down. Now bring your hands down. Reach your arms up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take one more breath. One more breath. And then go down. So the back heel, flip it up like this. Now from here, keep your feet grounded. Lots of stability through your legs. And see if you can come up and put your hands up. Oh. Woo! How about now? Anybody feel a little burning? No. You guys are strong. Now, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, swing it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, swing it down. How about three more? Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, swing it down. Burning, burning. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Last one, bring it up. Good. Hold here for 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 more breath. Good. And then bring the hands down. Yep. Just get out of there.
Get up 5.
Yeah. Right. So, what about the breathing? That was my first question. Did you hear me breathing?
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy that breath, huh? So the breath is one of the first things that we learn in yoga. It is one of the building blocks to yoga. So, let me see. All right, so we are human beings, right? We got a lot more going on than, say, animals, right? Our brains are more developed. We have cognitive skills. We can process things on a different level, right? So for us to be in yoga, we want to find our whole self, right? To bring all the parts of ourselves together. So there are 3 main parts to the human being. What's the first part? Anybody know what the first part of us, what is us? Simple, simple, simple. The first part of us, like how do you know what's the difference between you and you? Our bodies, yeah, right? Our bodies. We look different from each other. We feel different from each other. We are different from each other. So we got our bodies. That's the first layer to ourself, right? What else do we have? What makes us human beings? What else do we have besides our bodies? Are we just bodies? Or is there more to us? Personality. All right, so where do you think that comes from?
DNA, brain.
Right? It's from our minds. It's our emotional and our mental self, right? It's like what makes our personality, what makes our, the traits of who we are, right? So we have our mind, right? We've got our body, we got our mind. But there's one more part of ourself. One more part of our whole self, right? You're not just your body and your mind. Is there something else besides that? Like, you're more than just what you look like, and you are more than your grades in school, right? What else is there?
The spirit.
Your spirit, exactly. So in yoga, it's really easy for us to find our body because we can move, right? It's easy for us to find our minds because we can concentrate and focus on something so that you can stand on one leg, right? You've got to use your mind. But to access our spirit, that one's a little more tricky, right? So the way that we access our spirit is through our breath. So the third block is our breath, right? So when you're in life and stuff comes up, you're in school, you're at home, whatever, you ever feel like your body is here, but sometimes your mind is somewhere else, right? Mind is somewhere else? How about your spirit? You ever feel like your spirit is somewhere else completely? Right? So what then what? What leaves us? When we're stuck in our body, then we're just reactive. Things come up and we just react from our body, right? Something that comes to me, I'm going to come at them. That's in my body state. It's not having anything to do with my mind state. I'm not taking the time to process what's really going on, right? I'm certainly not in my spirit state, because if I was in my spirit state, I don't know, in my spirit state, I'm creative, I'm compassionate, I'm loving my friends, I'm laughing, I'm joyful. That's our spirit state, right? So for most of us, we live the majority of our lives in just our body state. And sometimes we even disconnect from the body. We're like, psh, I don't want to feel nothing, right? So we just are kind of roaming around life. So when we want to get back to our body, we become present in that. We choose to do things that are healthy, right? We choose to maybe play basketball or dance or do some yoga, right? When we want to get back in our mind, thank you. We get back in our mind, we can read a book, right? We can draw a picture. We can have a conversation with someone who's meaningful to us, like our friends or our family, about things that are important to us. And when we want to get back in our spirit, we do things that bring our creativity out. Yoga helps us align all three of these together perfectly. That's when we're in our whole self. When you're in your whole self, then life is just a whole lot easier. We don't have to be so reactive all the time, right? So when circumstances come up, we have the opportunity to react, right? It's what I usually did all up until I was like 30 years old. I reacted to everything. Anything that came up, I just reacted to it, and that's how I lived my life. Got me in a lot of trouble, right? Now, I'm trying to be responsive, right? When we're responsive, we can kind of slow down a little bit, take a deep breath when somebody comes at me. Instead of me just reacting right back, I'm going to be like, all right, is it in my best interest to knock this person out right now? Probably not. Let me step back a minute and do something else. So the yoga is what helps me to do these things. I can't just do this on my own. I need a system. I need a tool. So yoga is like a science. It is something that you can learn, and when you learn it, then you can start to adapt it in your life. Yoga is a scientific system of physical and mental practices that replace tension with creativity. So if you ever feel like you got a lot of tension in your body, it means that you have a lot of yoga opportunity in your body. If you have a lot of tension in your mind, then you have a lot of action and energy there that can be your yoga. It can be your creative power. So those of us who are the most jacked up and have the most like aggression and the most like stress and the most emotional like ups and downs, we actually have the most energy that we can channel into useful action. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale. Good. Inhale halfway. Hold. So instead of clenching everything inside, see if you can let everything get soft inside. So it really requires less effort. Give me one more breath. One more. Stay with me if you can. Bring it down. Pull your hands down. Good. Bring it back up. Reach up high. Bring your hands together. Bring it down.
Oh, this thing on stars.
Bring it down. Bring it up. Lift your chest up. Good. Can you come up on your tippy toes? Good. Bring it down. Shake it out. All right. Good.
So, how did you feel about the yoga experience?
Oh yeah, it was live. It was good.
What was your favorite part? What, the stretching?
Yeah.
Did you feel anything? Like,
I felt like the movement vibrating. That's
you
good.
did?
It was good.
So you felt energized? Yeah? Let's see. Truth. 305.
True.
Thank you.
Time for the camera one time.
Neighborhood garden.
Thank you.